Yeah. This is very interesting. This is live television, which is what I do almost every morning. It's amazing to be in a room where you guys weren't even a gleam in your daddy's eye when I went to work in June of 1975. Goodness gracious. To get here, there's always people that intercourse and become part of your life, okay? And they change everything. I'd like to honor a couple of them. My speech teacher back at Bossier High School, Margaret James, says to me, Rick, I know you want to be a football coach, but when you give a speech, you've got a good voice, you speak well. Have you ever thought about a career in broadcasting? Well, no, I had not. But from that point on, everything changed. And the course of my life changed. My mother, my goodness, my mother had a way of pushing you out of your comfort zone. And of course, I'm 19 years old. I'm studying communications, but I certainly don't have any confidence. No television station is ever going to hire a kid right out of high school. My mama said, you hide and watch. She put me in a Pontiac Catalina. Any of you remember those? Took me to a local television station, marched me into the room, and I applied for that job. I got it. It wasn't much, shooting wrecks and fires on the weekend, but it was a foot in the door. My mom was a life changer. And then the Ray family, goodness gracious, talk about a changed life. They turned this television station on at KTBS 70 years ago. And I've been along for the ride for 50 of those years. It hasn't all been good. It's not all mountaintops. There are struggles, disappointments, rejections, mess-ups, screw-ups. Time or two when they probably should have said, see ya, but they didn't. They hung with me, let me grow. And on the rare occasion where I had the opportunity maybe to move on, Edwin Ray would say to me, we'd like for you to stay. And I am forever grateful that I chose to stay. And then George Servant, a lot of you in this room know who he is. He and I go back a long time, nearly 60 years. We were paper boys together. I threw a route with my dad. He threw a paper route with his father. We went on to become co-workers. He became my boss. And now today, 40 years later, I can say he is a trusted friend. Very grateful for the impact that he has had on my life. Finally, and I'm going to end it right here. I know you guys are in a hurry. I've been telling stories for 50 years. Just this morning is a symbol of what I do and why I'm a blessed man. Told a story because it's the beginning of baseball season about the richest man in Minden, Louisiana, a little town just outside of Shreveport, Bossier. Larry Hunter was his name. This is going back to the 30s and the 40s. Larry Hunter was the owner of the Coca-Cola bottling plant. He loved kids and he loved baseball. But there was no organized baseball in Minden in those days, so he decided to build a baseball field, literally with his own money. Built the field, lights and all. Then he organized the leagues. He bought the uniforms, the mitts, the bats, the balls. Organized the league. And on spring training, he would take the boys to spring training Sarasota, Florida, to watch the Yankees in a spring training game. And then, when those boys went off to war, to Europe and the South Pacific and North Africa, once a month, Larry Hunter would get down on his typewriter and type out a letter to 50 different young men, telling them what was going on back home in Minden, Louisiana. And he did that every month until those boys came home. What a privilege I have to share stories like that on a regular basis. And that happened just this morning. So as I said, we all in this room are blessed to do what we do. And I want to say thank you to the thousands of people that I've been able to tell stories about in North Louisiana, East Texas, and Southern Arkansas. And you know what's crazy about this, and I'll end right here. 50 years later, I still love it. I'll get up Tuesday morning and I'll be live somewhere telling somebody's story. I am a blessed man. Thank y'all.